Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm at CES 2014 in Las Vegas, and I'm joined by JJ on the Mercedes booth. JJ, thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome.
This booth, like many of the automotive booths, has been packed all day today. Why do you think automotive electronics seems to be the real star of CES this year?
I think it has multiple reasons. On the one hand, people really want to continue their digital lifestyle in their cars. Mm-hmm. They don't want to stop their life, so to speak. They say, oh, I have to do this thing before I get in the car. So that means there's a huge desire, to be able to, continue their digital lifestyle in the car as they get into the car. That's number one. And then, of course, with that drives a lot of innovation. It forces us, and I think it's a good movement actually for us to think about innovative solutions that we do a perfect integration of their smartphones, of customers' devices in the cars. That brings me to another topic, which I think is also very important, this merger and the intersection of the consumer electronics, like wearable devices, a huge trend this year. We have been the first OEM actually, and it's a world premiere we announced here today, is the integration of the Pebble smartwatch.
Okay.
So we have integrated the Pebble smartwatch, and we will bring this to market actually already in spring of this year, and with different use cases. On the one hand, the driving mode, where you can put some favorite functions on the main keys of the Pebble smartwatch. Also with the first to market in December with car-to-X, car-to-car communication, all these warnings you're getting, hazards on the road or broken down vehicle and so on, you are also getting as an alert on your watch as a vibration, and it's in your field of view, which actually makes it very easy. And then of course another topic is the Internet of Things,
right?
Which is also, basically now that the car is connected, and we say it's intelligently connected, at least our Mercedes-Benz cars, the car is now becoming part of the Internet of Things, and so it's communicating, it's connected to your smart phones, your smart home. With the Nest Labs integration, we are the first OEM, another world premiere, to integrate the car with your Nest thermostat. Yeah. And it's fun. There's a lot of actually potential, and we'll get to another topic, a very hot topic of artificial intelligence as well.
Okay, so just going back to what you talk about, the kind of ecosystem, the Internet of Things. You've got the smart car, you've got all that intelligence there, you've got all the intelligence in your device, but we need intelligence in the surrounding area, and that overlaps into that area of smart cities. Is there collaboration then between those developers, those architects that are putting together those infrastructures, and you, the automotive suppliers?
There's certainly interaction and communication and exchange of information and knowledge about, what are basically the challenges, like for example with our car-to-go concept, in very dense cities, for example, mega cities. We have a lot of customers actually which do not own a car, but they still want access to a car. In the meantime, we have 500,000 smarts actually around the world with car-to-go, just as car sharing. So it means a different concept of not just thinking about selling cars, leasing cars, but actually offering sharing solutions like car-to-go.
Yeah, and it's a different concept of urban mobility, different generation, the generation that's used to consuming content, they'll perhaps consume their transport in a different way.
Exactly. So it's definitely very important, and with the car being connected, to the Internet of Things, to your home, and so on, and even to other cars now with car-to-car communication, car-to-X communication, we actually see a huge potential for creating a user experience, which makes life easier, which makes life safer, and adds convenience and comfort.
And yeah, and the other area that you started to mention, artificial intelligence, you've got this term intelligent drive. We're hearing things like piloted vehicles, driverless vehicles. How far away realistically do you think that kind of technology is from actually being in day-to-day use?
So partially autonomous vehicles, basically are on the road today. Our S-Class with our intelligent drive package, with a long list of driver assistance systems. We have already added now a stop-and-go pilot with steering wheel assist, which actually, in comparison to the Distronic Plus, which we offered in the past, now in addition to the acceleration and braking, it also actually takes over steering for the slow speeds, in stop-and-go traffic. And what we have committed to as a brand, as a company, that until the end of this decade, we will bring more and more autonomous features to market. For example, a highway pilot or parking pilot, and there's definitely a huge movement in this space, and we think we are leading this pack.
Yeah, it's certainly a super strong trend, isn't it? And you talked earlier about the difference between consumer electronics, if you like, in the automotive world. You have very different R&D cycles, you have very different reliability cycles. I can put up with my cell phone not working, I don't want my driver assist not to work. So there are different mission critical issues there. How do you manage that, not just in what you bring to market, but the way you develop, the way you manufacture, the way you manage your supply chain?
So it's definitely, on the one hand, a challenge, on the other hand, also an opportunity. And we see this as an opportunity, with all the computing power and memory and so on, and GPU power you have in the vehicles today. On the one hand, for intelligent drive and for artificial intelligence, I actually mentioned before with our predictive user experience, we are actually working on a new way of actually using artificial intelligence for improving the user experience. Mm-hmm. So the car really becomes a true digital companion, kind of as an old friend. It knows your habits, it knows your preference, it knows about you, and actually I can go a little bit deeper into that. But looking at the technological side, we actually have a clear firewall between the connected side, which is connected to the internet and the Internet of Things, and then all mission critical functions and features in the car, where clearly there is no, let's say, possibility, so to speak, to break in and make some systems fail or so, and that is very important, and that's the security part of it. We also have actually a secure link even between our cars and our Mercedes-Benz cloud, so to speak. And another important topic for us is privacy, data privacy. That we really have an opt-in approach that we ask customers, if they are willing to share information with us. For example, for this predictive user experience, where we take your historical data into account, destinations you're driving to, the people who are in the car, whether you have your kids with you or not, the time of the day of the week, whether it's a weekday or a weekend day, and depending on the surroundings, depending on the context, so to speak, your habits, the preferences, the location, the weather, and so on, we can offer actually a user experience which is so unique, and it's all based on artificial intelligence and predictive engines and algorithms, and we developed all of this in-house. Because we want to not share customer data with third parties. We want to keep this knowledge and the value and so on in-house.
Well, and we look around here, there are a plethora of new products, a plethora of new technologies, new user ideas. Some of those will find their way into automotive. Is that through collaboration? Do you find yourself as an industry that's traditionally very vertically integrated, having to partner, having to collaborate more, and actually embracing that?
Oh yeah, we absolutely embrace it, and actually that's one of the reasons why I'm in Silicon Valley with my team. We have a very large, actually the largest automotive R&D center in Silicon Valley in Sunnyvale, and with more than 100 engineers actually growing. We'll double our resources in the next 5 years, and we focus heavily on the partnerships. For example, with Google, we formed a strategic partnership in 2012 with Google to bring Google Places, Google Maps, and so on into the car. We are also partnering with Nest Labs, for example, for the Nest thermostat integration. We also have partnered with Pebble, for example, for the Pebble smartwatch integration, and with many others, for example, to bring internet content into the cars with our Mercedes-Benz apps.
Okay, sounds excellent. And last question, we're seeing the German car manufacturers pretty much leading this march. Do you think that Silicon Valley innovation and German engineering is the killer combination? Is that what's driving the success?
I don't want to, let's say, limit it to nationalities or countries or so, but certainly as Mercedes-Benz, we have been actually the first automotive OEM in Silicon Valley. We founded the company in 1994. We opened our first lab in 1995, long before others, and we have now the largest lab there, and we really see basically, on the one hand, this intersection of consumer electronics, of internet giants, and also small startups, together with us as OEM, partnering and letting our engineers and designers really work closely together and partnering with other companies, it's definitely a huge, how should I say this, talent pool and creative part, and it's amazing how many great solutions are actually being developed and designed if you also give people freedom actually to come up with these solutions, and they actually almost have a feeling they're developing this for themselves, because it improves their own life and makes life easier.
And it becomes an exciting new product. JJ, fantastic insight. Thank you so much for your time. I hope the rest of the show is equally successful, and I hope we can speak again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.